Good morning, and if it's all gone to plan and everything has worked as it should do, I should be coming to you on Friday morning. So welcome, lovely to have you here joining me. I will no doubt be watching this somewhere in the background, so do ask questions and comment and all of those sorts of things, and I will respond. Excuse me, just adding a slide. But I am on holiday as of today. If you're watching this going out um, live as it was. So this is pre-recorded, but thought we'd come on and do some crafting anyway. So let me just, if you are new to me here, normally my name is Helen Jennings. I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator based here in the UK, and I normally come on twice a week on a Monday morning and a Friday morning to do some crafting with you. But as I say, I'm actually off on holiday today, so I'm pre-recording this, but hopefully it will still be going out at the usual time slot of 9 o'clock here in the UK on a Friday morning. So let me introduce myself a bit more, give you a bit more detail about me. This is where you will find my website, www.loveaduckie.co.uk. And over on my website, you'll find blog posts and links to shops and links to classes and all of those sorts of things. So lots of lovely classes coming up. Do come and join us for some of those if you're able to. Or if you're here in the UK and can't make it in person, do join us and have a kit in the post. I've also got the retreat coming up at the end of October, so do come and join us for that as well. There's some places left still for that, though it is filling up quite nicely. So lots of classes and things going on. So say links to my shop, links to tutorials. You can sign up for my newsletter. You can sign up to be alerted when I have new blog posts go out. So all of those things can be found on my website, and anywhere you're looking for me on social media, then do look out for Love-a-Duckie, whether that's on Facebook, on Instagram, whether that's on YouTube, or whether that's on Pinterest. I hang out in all of those places. So do come and find me there and join in with the fun. Meanwhile, let's get back to what we're going to be playing with today. So let me bring in my downward facing camera. And I've got quite a pile of things on my desk today. I have got the elephant stamp and dies. I've got the Give It a Whirl dies here. Not played with those for a little while. And the other thing I've got here is a huge, big bumper pack of DSP. This is the Gingham Cottage DSP that you can find in the mini July to December catalogue. There are actually 48 sheets of paper in here. So you can see it's huge, big paper and pack, and it's lots and lots of different size checks and ginghams in different colours. So you've got blacks and you've got sort of pumpkin pie and so saffron, and you've got reds and pinks and greens, grey, really nice in that sort of grey and white just there. I think there's one a bit further back that's more the other way round. So that one's more white with grey patterning, and this one's sort of a bit more greyish in that big check. Orange and black, great for your Halloweens. Is that lovely sort of macaroni one there? So a lovely bumper bundle of papers, great if you're mass producing anything, whether that's, you know, bags for Halloween treats. Really great pack of paper, or indeed if you've got a friend and you want to share it out. Excellent pack of paper. So we're going to be playing with some of that, and we're going to be having a go at a Give It a Whirl die card with featuring the elephants. So let's have a little look. This might be shorter than some of the normal videos. I'm just going to go for one project today. We'll see how we get on. So I have got a So Saffron card base here, already cut and folded. So that is half a piece of cardstock folded in half. So for us here in the UK, it's 14.9, just under 14.9 centimeters that way, 21 centimeters across there, cut scored rather, don't cut, scored at 10.5 centimeters. And then I've got a couple of bits of white card here. Now they're both 13.9 centimeters long, but one is 9.5 centimeters wide, and that's going to be an insert. and this one is actually 10 centimeters wide, because that is going to sit, once we've cut it, underneath our Give It a Whirl frame piece. So I've got some of the So Saffron checked paper, gingham paper here, and I'm using the smaller sort of checks. On the back there you've got this big check, which is rather lovely, but I'm going in with this smaller one. And just tuck that out of the way. I'm going to bring across my stamping cutting emboss and to move the huge pile of stamp sets that's on it. I seem to have been using lots and lots of different stamp sets at the moment, and die sets for different things, and they're all waiting to be put away. One more job to do, hopefully, before I go away. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to use this die here to cut this piece of DSP, and I'm also going to want a little hole in my paper where when we twirl around, the little mechanism inside is going to peep out through this hole, and I think I want that hole to sit. You obviously can have it any which way. You can have this going any which way. You can have it up here. You can have it down there. I'm going to go with it this way. I'm just going to rest that little hole in there over that little sort of nodule bit that's in there, that little sticky up bit that's in there. Line that up, and I want that to sit sort of about there, I think. Let's run that through with our stamping, cut and emboss. Obviously we need the bigger machine for this one. I don't think it will quite fit through the mini. So if we take this off, we have got this sort of piece of waste just there, and then we've got our paper with a hole in it. And I'm just going to grab a little oddment of So Saffron, because I'm going to cut this pretty frame to go around the outside of our hole. So I just need a little oddment of So Saffron. There we go. So this cuts the circle bit out of the middle, and I can prise it off of the mat. There we go. It gives you this pretty frame that will sit over the top there. And the other thing I want to do, we'll be coming back and doing some more die cutting and things in a minute, but the other thing I want to do is to take our white mat that's going to sit on the front here, and that will sit about like that, and then in these dies we've got these little arrows. Now then, do we just want one big? I think we'll just go with one big. So you've got this little arrow just there that we can then hot just there. Let's stick that down and just run that through the machine. So there we are. That's telling you to twiddle it in that direction. Then we're going to need a little bit of basic white card. I wonder if I've got a big enough piece there, because the next thing we need to cut is this mechanism piece just here. Is that big enough? I think it might literally just work. As long as we don't wiggle it any coming through. Right, I'm going to move this out of the way for now. I need to come back to it in a moment. We might possibly use the smaller one for our little bits, we'll see. So there we've got our ring. We've got our little bit to come on there. And this will then twizzle round and we'll have our different things appearing in there, in that little hole. So we've got lots of little decoration bits on here. I might possibly come in and do some clouds. We'll see how we get on. There's some little hearts in there. There's some stars. So there's some really cute little bits that you can use to decorate your card with. But we are going to have a bit of a play with this. Now, I don't know if I can get this to catch the light, but you have got like your 3 segments on here that are going to pop into this gap just here. So if we're stamping something, we want it to be fairly centrally in that little hole just there. Now, what I thought I would stamp in this little hole just here is some peanuts. I thought we'd have an elephant juggling some peanuts, because why not? And we might possibly put a greeting in one of them as well. So let me get possibly crumb cake, I think. And a little A block. And we'll have peanuts featured in 2 of the gaps. And then I think the other one will go with "What a Happy Day," but we'll do a little bit of masking. So if I bring this back in, peanuts in there. It'll twizzle round and we'll have peanuts in there, and then it will twizzle round again. And just going to take a pencil, just lightly draw that circle, because what I want to do is get this sentiment so that it rests in this piece just here. Obviously this is a long sentiment, so as it stands at the moment it's no way going to sit in there. So I'm going to take some low tack tape and cover up happy day. So I've just got what a showing. Let's ink up what a, remove the tape, the all important bit, and stamp that. Oh, got a bit on the top. That's annoying, isn't it? I'm sure we'll find something to cover that with. Maybe a peanut. Then we're going to come in and we're going to cover up what a. We should ink up happy day. Remove that. Happy day. Let's come in with our peanut and let's add some peanuts. What I might just do is come in with a brown watercolour pencil and just add a bit of colour. To these peanuts. I have actually done that, so it's a little bit wonky. Never mind. I could bring it that way. I might do that. I might turn it round so that it's that way. This will still work. Right, I'm going to bring in a piercing mat and a piercing tool. I'm just going to make a hole. You can see where the little bobble is in the middle of there. I'm going to bring in a brad. We've got little ones, little round ones. We've got square. Square ones. I'm going to do a square one, I think, just because the round one after time is such a small one, it might sort of work its way out. Let's just have that coming round this way. Let's add in our peanuts. I'm just going to carefully bend that over so it's not too close. So that will twizzle round. We've got brilliant juggling peanuts. You just bring in a rubber and rub out this pencil mark. Just here. Now I'm going to bring in some light pool party and just add in some sky around our peanut. What a happy day. Let's come in round here. And we'll add in some sky around these peanuts. Twizzle once more. Add in some sky. Around those peanuts. Right, so now we have our basic twirly bit. What a happy day. Twirling peanuts. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in with some dimensionals. Hopefully we've got some big ones somewhere. And let's bring in some dimensionals on the back here. We need to make sure that it doesn't, dimensionals don't catch against the twirly section. I'll take just a little bit to go at the top here, just to hold that. So you can actually, you could do this on on thick basic white. You could die cut a couple and stick them together if you wanted to make it a little bit more substantial. We could have backed our DSP onto some card. I'm just going to trim that off a little bit on that edge. So we've got a nice even border top and bottom. I was doing it a bit under guesstimation as to how long I wanted it. There we go. Let's chop that off. Or it could go this way. It's down if it's upside down if it goes that way. So let's have it going this way. Move that round. It's a left-handed version, because we changed our mind on the orientation. So that is then going to come and sit on the top here. So that's our basic mechanism done. Some cut a snip in that so that it will then hopefully sit round there. To take the smallest little smidge out. So there we have our basic card base. And now we need to bring in the elephants. So let's sit that to one side for a minute and grab some bits of basic white to stamp some elephants on. Quick slurp of tea. Let's find some blocks. Now I'm thinking this standing up elephant here would be quite good for just there. Might have both elephants sitting in there. Might have a little mouse sitting on front. And perhaps have a couple of butterflies. And then I think we'll have some of these clouds from the Give It a Whirl set along the top here as well. Okay, so let's do some stamping and some die cutting. Clouds we'll just need to cut. We'll probably add a little bit of stamping blends to those. Let's bring in this little elephant and some memento. So very cute, these elephants. Here he is. Let's bring in, which is possibly my favourite elephant, City Down elephant. Let's have a little mouse. And let's take that peanut off of that little A block, add in butterfly. Might go 3 for good measure, we'll see. So let's colour in these little elephants before we go any further. So I think I'm going to come grey granite for the elephant. I'm going to come petal pink in his ears. And give him a slight touch of petal pink around his nose. Perhaps give him some petal pink cheeks and a petal pink mouth and petal pink toenails. And let's come in with a dark grey granite, and wherever there's these sort of shady wrinkly lines on the elephant, we'll come in with some dark and around his sort of tufty bits on the top. And be a bit tufty. On the outside of his ears. And again. His body. Then this bit under his chin. And the end of his tail. Let's come in with the light grey granite. Just lay down some ink and go round his eye. Could add a bit of colour to his eye if you want to. I'm just going to leave them as they are, I think. Swap over to the other side and just come in with that chisel tip and ensure that that's blended where we need it to blend. One cute little elephant. One little elephant went out to play upon a spider's web one day. Thought it such tremendous fun that he called for another elephant to come. Little toenails. Let's come in with the dark again, and we'll come round his ear, just here. Let's do the tufty bits on the top. Round his wrinkly trunk. And do this back leg in dark. And this back leg in dark. Tail. And let's come in with the light. Just put down some colour. There's our number 2 elephant. We've also got our little mouse. I'm just going to come in with some light crumb cake here, I think. Our little mouse. We'll have a little brown mouse. Such a cute little mouse. Let's put in some petal pink ears. I'm going to get, I think I'm going to get the ivory. The ivory blend, and we'll just give him a bit of an ivory tummy. And then our little butterflies. I think we'll have some so this is a light sweet sorbet. and a very juicy one at that, so I barely need to touch the card. Got a dark so saffron here, and let's there we go. Right, so now we just need to die cut these. Let's bring in a mini and cutting emboss. And we'll start off, I'm just going to tear that bit off and die cut our clouds. There it goes. Let me move that brush out of the way, I keep pinging it. There are the lovely fun stitched clouds. And we have elephants and Mises to pieces and our little butterflies. So let's find the elephant dies. So that is that elephant just there. What I'll do is somewhere, got my low tack tape, just going to put it on my top just to take some of the sticky off of it. Let's just hold him down so he doesn't wiggle. We have a city down elephant. Line him up. Line him up and then have him stick to your finger. Stick him down. Let's bring in the mouse. So I need to look for his tail in that little hole on the end of the die. And then I've got 2 butterfly dies, so I'll have to come back in and cut my 3rd. Are they just going to... Oh, did that wiggle? You wiggled. I stuck you down and you wiggled. How rude. Right. Put our top plate on there. Squish it down. Nobody move. And through they go. Put one butterfly back. I'm going to need the other one. So we have 1 butterfly, 2 butterflies, 1 elephant, 1 little mouse. There's my other elephant gone. Can't be far away. Let's do that with a butterfly. Let's lift this up out of the way. I seem to have an elephant that's gone walkabouts. Aha, I found him. Right, so I think this little elephant at the back I'm going to stick down flat. I'll have him so his trunk is juggling peanuts. And then this elephant here, I'll raise him up on some dimensionals. As we will with the little mouse. Let's bring in some mini ones for the mouse. Minnie Mouse. To come in with this light pool party. And just come round the edge of these clouds a little bit. And this little cloud just here. It has this back one here. Stick that one down. I'll put some dimensionals on this one. And I think actually we'll stick that one down as well. What a happy day. Juggling peanuts. Some little mini dimensionals to add our What's happened to that little one? Let's try another one. Something strange happened to that one. Backing didn't want to come off. And just here. Where shall we have the other one? It's there. Cute, cute, cute. Juggling peanuts. Very sweet. So let's bring in our little insert. We'll have some little butterflies on there. Just come in again with a last little one here. And with some saffron spots. And I think my light pool party is starting to give up the ghost a little bit. There we go. And we'll just add some glue to that. And add him inside. Juggling peanuts. Cute. There we go. A cute little card using the Gingham Cottage paper, the elephant stamps and dies, and that Give It a Whirl die, which just creates such fun cards. And there's lots of different things that you can do with that die. Lots of different ways that you can make kinetic cards, things that move, things that pop up, pop out, all sorts of things. So a really great little die set. And one that doesn't belong to a bundle. It is a standalone die that you'll find at the back of your catalogue. So I hope that you have enjoyed that little project and that you'll be back to catch up and see what we're going to make later in the week. So have a fun week.